trying Cub Scouts. And this is going to be a goal. I'm going to try every single job I can. And I will be able to win this badge if I complete all the challenges coming through. Well, you know, Cub Scouts are very interesting, right? We're going to be attempting a day in the life of a Cub Scout. And yes, I'll be going through intense challenges, overwhelming challenges, and I will be even bandaging somebody up to show you what if you try Cub Scouts. So, and yes, I did used to do Cub Scouts. Used to be a part of the Oyster Point Scouting. I'll put that in the description below. But I'm going to be trying Scouts again. So, the first challenge is we are going to be bandaging up a person who is hurt. So, this is the dummy. This is the dummy which we'll be bandaging up. Okay. The first out, what you do is we have some bandages, and we're going to be bandaging up this patient. Okay. First off, I'm going to cut right here, so then we can get this patient right. Should I cut this? So I want to peel this off right here. Now, this is going to be going I'm going to place it right where the wound is, right here. There you go, buddy. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure, are they breathing? Do they have a pulse? And we're going to be testing that. You guessed it. This will be the head. This will be the head. That will be the head. Because if we've got a head injury, we will need to do a full procedure. It's like when you're a nurse, make sure the patient's breathing. Do they have a pulse? Okay, there's no pulse right now. Just put this under the head. Now what we're going to do is after we're bandaging them up, then we're going to put plaster because he got a wound on him. So it was like a head injury. So I'll go up here to cover one of his wounds when he fell over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transport to the patient using, I'm going to make sure his head stays in place, but we're going to transport the patient onto here. Let's transport him here. Now we have to wait for the ambulance. And that is how you do in Cub Scouts. Now, there's many more to this. Call 911. Call 000 if you're in Australia. Call 911 if you're in America. But because we're in Australia, we're going to be calling 911. 911, what's your emergency? There's a person here that is unconscious. And he has a gunshot wound. So while the patient's still conscious, so be really careful. Make sure they're still alive. Check that pulse again. And then this body will go to the hospital. And that is actually how you replicate that. Now, because we want to get that badge, and because I want to become a qualified scout, which I already am a qualified scout, so I will be getting a huge surprise from the Cub Scouts team they were okay there. It's important they were okay. Okay, now we're going to be getting on to the other thing. So, you've probably seen on the news, Cub Scouts are around everywhere, right? But this time, we're going to be trying a teamwork challenge. So we're going to be learning how to resuscitate someone. Now, to resuscitate someone, as this is a dummy, see that plaster off him. Okay, so have the dummy right here. So like, it's a spike pillow, by the way. So what you're gonna do is, this is not lifeguard school, but you need to know this stuff. So you're gonna do 2 compressions every second. Just like that. And then do more. And then see if they're breathing. Got a pulse. He's alive. That's how you resuscitate someone. But we want to know. So we're going to be showing you all the types of injuries as well as what Cub Scouts do in their daily life. So say if you have a toe wound, right, you're just going to use a plaster and bandage that up. Okay, we are officially so close to be winning this badge, but first off we need to do something with this Cub Scouts first. You can't get this badge yet. At the end of the video, I will be getting this badge, and which will be sewed onto my shirt as an official Cub Scout. Again. Alright, yo. So what we're going to do now, we're going to practice teamwork intuition. So teamwork intuition is, yeah, using teamwork. So the best thing to use teamwork is work together. So say if we're making this Jenga tower right here, right? You're going to work together to make it higher, right? But Jenga. Now it's time to work on another key scout tip, working as a team. What you have to do to work as a team, you need to put your minds together. And how we're going to be doing this is, I have some of this paper here, which we're going to be using. And we're going to try and stack this tower by using teamwork. Because that's what Scouts do. They're teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stack this tower like that. Okay, I'm going to try and stack it here. So we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, and we've got 5, we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, we need to see a little bit more teamwork than that. What we do need to see is we need to see people doing this type of stuff. So we're going to be using dummy again. And say if we were doing tug of war, right? So we would all pull together like this and use teamwork, and then we would get it across like that. That is teamwork. Now another important thing about Cub Scouts is knots. So we're going to be learning how to tie knots. If you know how to tie knots, that is amazing. So we have a scarf here as a replication of a knot. Some rope, granny knot. Let me undo that again. So we want to try and do, so say, let's do a granny knot. So we've already done a granny knot, now I'm going to go through here, through there, through here, underneath there, pull tight, that's a granny knot. Then after that, what you're going to do, you're going to go in here, pull tight as well. Let's try that again, because that didn't work. Go through here. Wait, I'm forgetting how to tie knots. So, cross like that. Cross like that. First, this bit goes on in here. Then after that, I'm forgetting how to tie knots. Alright, so sorry if this is taking a little bit longer than you expected. So we're just gonna do the average knot, right? That's a granny knot. But if you wanted to do something even more conspicuous, and yes, I can't. Allow me to guide you. That is actually called. I forgot what this was called. This is what they use to tie stuff together, and it's like a scarf or a hat, you should say. And that's how you do that knot. But we need to try and see if we can tie this to a table. So let's get this table here. I'm gonna pull this out. Let's get this table out here. And okay, so we're gonna be trying to tie this to the table. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go underneath. Then after that, you're gonna go underneath that to make it a strong knot to keep the table steady. Then after that, you're gonna pull the sides. That will turn into a granny knot. But that won't be strong enough to keep the table strong, you know? So like that. Then after that, you're gonna put it back through the hole, like that. And then you're gonna twist, spin. That is how you do a seashell knot, which you probably haven't heard of, because it looks like a seashell. So that is how you do knots and scouts. Now we have nearly earned up us the final badge, but our last thing we need to do before we become an official scout is we need to see what will happen here. So to undo a knot, as you're probably wondering, so you go underneath where you tied it from, like that. And that is how you do a Cub Scout knot. And yes, we are actually nearly fully qualified. So, that was interesting. Okay, perfect. That was interesting than expected. Next thing we're going to be doing is, we've already done bandaging. Now what we need to do is we need to do some fun games. So, don't mind me. We need to do some fun games now. What all the scouts like to play, Red Rover, all those interesting games. But first off, we're going to have to be trying to get our fears using a spike mat. Now yes, your feet will hurt on this, but this is going to test your bravery. Yeah, that's really spiky. Okay, got this. So we have to stand for about 1 minute. And yes, this is testing bravery. Yeah. So, we've passed bravery. Now what we have to do is we are officially now a fully qualified Scout. And yes, I forgot the badge. Where did that go? Here we go. Forgot the badge. We officially earned ourselves this badge. Congratulations, Harlan Hawkins. Scientist Harlan, I mean, for winning and becoming a qualified scout. Let's get a round of applause. That was really intense, really. But we officially got the Scouts badge, which is gonna go up here. Thank you all for watching, and remember to watch out for more job videos. And yes, I will be attempting every single job I can find. Next will be a lawyer. Did you hear that? Yeah. You'll find out in the next video. Bye, Mother Scientist. You guys are amazing, and thank you for watching all my amazing videos. And subscribe! Get us to 400 subscribers.